Dave doesn't believe in the $20 Kobalt carpenter's hatchet. Do you, Dave? He sure doesn't. But we do. Let's check it out. So Dave and I bought the cheapest carpenter's axe we could find at Lowe's. What's up, guys? It's Wes, the Suburban Viking. Of course, we got Dave here with us, and we are Midgard Axe. Okay, so getting into our hardware store hatchets good enough for axe throwing, we got this carpenter's axe, the Kobalt from Lowe's. And in these videos, guys, I just give you straight information. We throw it, and then I give you my overall opinion. Don't give you a bunch of fluff. I just get straight to the point, okay? Now, if you guys go onto the website, you'll see that they are claiming that this thing is carbon steel, okay? It does come with an American hickory handle, and it gives you a little bit of information about it here and there. You know, it's not a ton of information, but it gives you an idea of what you're buying, okay? Now, getting into this thing, I will tell you guys that the axe head itself is the reason why I bought it. Let me come around the back of the camera and I'll show you why. Check out those cheeks and that bit profile. I will tell you guys, I did sharpen it, but I didn't touch the cheeks. This thing came really thin. So that was one of the reasons why me and Dave bought this to review, because it looked like it would be a good axe head for axe throwing, okay? So let's get into a couple different real world specs, and we'll go over all that, then we'll throw it and I'll give you my final opinion. Let's go over the specs. This thing is coming in at exactly 14 inches. The head length from the hammer pole to the bit is coming in at 6.5 inches, and the bit itself is measuring in at 3.25 inches. I weighed this thing in on my scale and it came in at 1 pound and 14 ounces. Okay, so let's get into some of the pros on this thing. Number one, I did like the head design. I thought it was pretty cool. I did like the fact that the cheeks are super thin, guys. They're very thin. I like the fact that they use an American hickory handle, and these little etching marks down here that are in the handle, you can feel them. They're not like insanely deep, but you know, they're noticeable. They're pretty cool looking. And I do like the fact that it has a nail puller on the back, and it actually has a useful hammer pull. So you can actually throw it and use it as a tool, multi-purpose tool. Pretty cool. Getting into some of the cons on this thing. Okay, number one, I don't like the fact that the head was hafted so high up on the handle. Let me come around there and I'll show you guys why. Okay, a couple different things going on inside that eye. Number one, they use an epoxy, which is fine. But if you notice, they put a step wedge in there. It's like an H shape. They split the wood inside the handle on the left and right. So we do have two pretty decent sized splits in there. Number three, they didn't even bring the handle all the way to the top of the axe head. So I am concerned about that and how it's hafted on the handle. I feel like there's only about this much wood inside that axe head that's holding the handle on. So I'm just gonna make a prediction that if this thing does break, I got a feeling the handle's gonna break somewhere right in this area right here, just because we don't have a ton of wood inside the actual axe head, and it should have been brought farther down. That's just my observations to begin with. But I will tell you guys, I do like the cheeks on this thing. However, the bit was dull. I'm talking no bit on it at all, which isn't a huge deal. But if you plan on buying this and using it out of the box, it's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to sharpen it. I do like the handle. I think it looks pretty nice. However, it is a little kind of wonky shaped. It does mimic a traditional rigger's axe, and it is pretty thick down here at the bottom, but I can deal with it. It's not bad, but I will say that I do feel like some of this grain in here is really deep, a little too deep. I'm feeling it with my fingers, so we'll have to check on this hickory handle after we've thrown it a few times, but all in all, not bad. I think it's gonna be a good flyer, and I will tell you guys, the bit, when I sharpened it, got real sharp. So we're gonna find out how well it holds its edge too. So let's throw it. You gotta remember this is a $20 axe, so we should expect it to perform like a $20 axe. However, there are some diamonds in the rough that you find, and they're just great axes for axe throwing. So the only way to find out is to throw it. I haven't thrown yet today, so you're gonna have to warm up with me. So let's do it. Felt pretty good out of the hand. Flies pretty decent. Let's keep throwing it. Got a little wood stuck on there. Of course, guys, because of those thin cheeks and that thin bit profile, that thing is sinking really deep. I'm hitting the same spot that I'm aiming at every time. Pretty decent. All right, let's go in the middle. That thing feels really good. It's flying really good for a single rotation. a little bit of a hard time getting that thing out. It's going so deep. Go the wood round. I got a feeling that thing's gonna be fun to take out of that wood round. I can see how deep it went. Oh yeah. So we are sinking about to here. No joke. This thing is sinking all the way up to about this area right in here, guys. So this thing is going really deep when it hits target. Give it a no looker. Ooh, that feels good. All right, guys, double rotation time. Let's see how well it does. I'd say it does pretty well. That axe head is good. I will say that. That's a good axe head. It's flying really well in the air for double rotation, and it's hitting really good too. It sounds really good. It flies cleanly out of the hand. I think the only thing I'd probably do with it is I'd probably thin that handle down a little bit where your hand's at. It is a little bit thick. One more and then we'll take it back to triples. Flies really well. Okay, we're back here at triple rotations. Let's throw it and see how well it does. I should have stuck in the bullseye, but it didn't. Throw it again. A little to the left, but not bad. I will tell you guys, there's something on that handle. Let me go grab it and bring it back. Guys, look, I'm not doing anything. I'm not like gripping it harder as it goes. There's like some type of finish on this handle. If I were you, I would take it off. It's hanging up on my hand a little bit. So I just have to adjust a little bit, but it is hanging up a little bit. So I gotta just not grip it as tight as I normally do. Give it more of a looser grip. That's kind of how I'll throw axes if I'm reviewing them and they got some type of coating on them and I haven't taken the coating off. I'll just give it, not as tight as a grip, and I'll be able to adjust with it and work with it. All right, guys, so we got the mic set up really close so that way you can hear how hard this thing is hitting because it's going in deep. So let's throw it. Sunk deep, guys, right in the center. Right here in the center. So right in the center of the bullseye. Throwing very well. Boom, right in the face. Yeah, I threw very well too. That's sinking deep. Man, that thing holding up so far, holding up. Right in the center. I like throwing a little bit better in the front yard, guys. I get a little bit more openness. I know people freak out because I throw in the front yard, but I'm not hitting anybody. I don't throw when cars go by, so. But doing very well, really well. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad. To the left of the bullseye here, but not bad at all. Got the center of the target on that one. I mean directly in the center, right in the middle. So, oh no, not bad at all. That doesn't sound like it hit with some force. That don't sound good. And kind of high right here, but not bad at all. I will say, guys, I don't really like this handle all that much for a triple rotations. Single and double is good, but the way that this handle comes, it's not the best at triple rotations. So let me get a slow-mo shot at a double and a triple, and then I'll kind of review it and then come back and tell you what I saw. So after checking the slow-mos, I noticed this thing was wobbling pretty hardcore at a double and triple rotation. I went ahead and sanded the finish off and put some linseed oil on it and gave it somewhat of a burn finish and went back and threw it again. I was still getting wobble. So I was like, let me try one more thing. So I stepped back for a double and triple rotation, and I put some oomph behind it. I threw it a little bit harder. And when I threw it harder, it took out some of the wobble in that throw. The conclusion that I've come up with is that this hatchet just likes to be thrown hard. And it likes to be thrown hard. You guys can get away with a single rotation and not throw it really hard. You could probably do just fine at double and triple because it will stick at a double and triple if you're throwing at average speed. But you will get some wobble. I've noticed that when you put a lot of speed behind it, it takes the wobble out. I think if you got this thing, I would probably cut the hammer pole off on the back if you planned on just using it as a throwing axe. I think that's what's going on with it. I think a lot of the weight is centered in the axe head right on the handle, so it's causing it to wobble a lot at a double and triple rotation. But if you cut that hammer pole off in the back, I think it would fly a little bit better. It's a new finish. Let's throw it again for a double rotation. Yeah, guys, it just likes to be thrown hard. You can see there, smash bullseye at a double rotation. It flies really well. I would get that finish off. That finish does not help your cause at all. Throwing it sticks up on your hand. So sand it off, put whatever finish you want on it, but get that, whatever, I don't know what coating they put on it, but get it off and you can start throwing that thing really well and it'll come cleanly out of the hand. Final verdict on the Kobalt Carpenter's hatchet. Not bad, guys. I got about 60, 65 throws with it. The edge, it's not as sharp as it was when I started, guys. It is a little dull, okay? So, you know, you're going to have to deal with that. But you can get it very sharp, okay? The handle held up pretty well. I will say, get that coating off that handle to get this thing out of the hand more cleanly. I would probably thin this down too. This is a little thick in here. Give it a little bit more of an oval shape, but not bad at all. If you wanted to make this thing a long distance flyer, I'd probably cut this off. I think if you cut that off and rounded this section back here over, it'd fly a lot better at double and triple rotations. It wouldn't have that wobble. If you want to just get it for a single rotation, I think you can throw it as is and you'll be perfectly fine. And you can stick it for a double and a triple. You're just going to need to pay attention to how you throw it because the way that it's designed and the way that it's weighted, you're going to get some wobble for a double and triple rotation. But not bad for 20 bucks, guys. For a single rotation, get you into axe throwing. If you're new to axe throwing or if you want something to just kind of toss around, 20 bucks, get you this, not bad at all. And this is the second Kobalt that I've done a review on, and the other one was very similar. The handle held, the head, of course, guys, didn't hold its retention worth a damn. However, if you don't mind sharpening your axe a little bit more and you want to save some money, these things aren't bad at all. I mean, they're $20 axes. You're going to get $20 performance out of them, but a little bit more than $20 worth of performance, maybe like $50, $70 worth of performance. Just saying. Just saying, guys, just being honest. You know, it's not the best axe in the world, but if you wanted to get something quick and easy and you want to go outside and throw, why not? Try this one out. I think it'd work for you. Work for me. And I can throw it really close too and just kind of whip it back and get it in there. So try it out, guys. I think me and Dave had a good time with it. You know, after we stripped that finish off the handle, man, that thing was so much better in the air flying. I could feel it, but it really was. And it just, you gotta put a little heft behind it at a double and triple rotation. So single rotations though ain't bad. You can stand close. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate your support. Not support. Until next time, see you. Not bad, guys, not bad. 20-some dollars, it's really not bad. You're not gonna get the best axe in the world for 20 bucks. You're gonna have to sharpen it a lot. However, it's pretty decent to start with. And you just got to do a little bit of modifications to it. I think with a little bit of time, I wouldn't put a ton of time into it, but a little bit of time and effort into that thing, you could have that thing flying really well. And for 20 bucks, it ain't bad. So check it out if you need an axe or a hatchet, or if you're brand new to axe throwing. I think that might get you where you need to be if you don't want to spend a ton of money. If you want to spend a little bit more, I'd probably go with the Council Tool Flying Fox. That's just my opinion, guys. That's just my opinion. Take it for what you want to take it as. Not bad for $20. Are there better axes out there for another 20 bucks, around $40? Yeah, of course. But if you had $20 or $25, that's not bad. That really isn't. Maybe if you wanted to go up a couple more dollars, maybe the Cold Steel Viking hand axe maybe might be decent too, but that's friction fit. So you got to deal with that, but that's really not bad at all for 20-some dollars. You know, it is what it is. So thanks for your support, guys. Me and Dave are going to get out of here. We're going to go eat. But until next time, see ya.